Christmas is on its way, and this is a cool snack. This Christmas wreath is simple to make, simple ingredients. It looks really cool for the holidays. Let's get started. Well, we need some chicken. So here's our frying pan, about a tablespoon of oil, medium-high heat, of course. And we don't need a lot of chicken. It's up to you. That's what I had, maybe a third of a pound. If you want to put more in, it won't hurt the dish, believe me. A little salt and pepper to go with it. Into the frying pan. A few minutes go by and now it looks nice and cooked. And we're going to set that aside while we get everything else ready to go. So here's some broccoli. And that's about all we need. About a half a cup-ish is about what this works up to. I've chopped it small because I want it to be bite size. And I was thinking about the looks too. Now, normally I cook this in the microwave for 5 minutes, but I'm not going to this time. It's raw, and that's what's going in our bowl. So of course we got a bowl to mix all our stuff together. And that's the first ingredient. Next up, we need some onions. Well, I got a little piece of onion that was in the fridge. Let's use it up along with some green onions. I'll give it a different taste. Plus the green from the onions is going to go well, color-wise anyway. And we're just going to chop all that up. Just like that. Now into our bowl. Okay, now we need some red color. So of course, there's a red pepper. We're only going to use half. That should be more than enough, actually a little more than half. And I'm going to chop it up a little small. Not that I don't mind the big chunks, but for this one, I wanted to be more visual, so I really wanted to get the red and the green mixed around. And there we go. Everything's all chopped. Into the bowl with this. See, it's already looking festive with the green and red. Here's a chicken we cooked up, and of course I would like that into cubes, bite size. It's your choice. You want to make them bigger than what I've cut? That's fine. I just didn't know how well the bigger pieces would work out with the whole mix by the time we were done, and I think this works out just fine. Maybe a little more chicken if that's your preference. I know it would be for mine next time. And of course, how are we going to get away with not putting some cheese in? This is about a cup-ish, or by my measurements, 2 good handfuls. And now we're going to mix. I like the colors that are coming through. And now to hold it all and bind it all together, some cream of chicken soup. Now we're not going to use the whole can. I actually pulled out my daughter's measuring cups. We need 2/3 of a cup, which is, well, a little less than that because she doesn't have any 2/3 of a cup measuring cup. That's a 3/4 cup, so we're going to use almost all of that. Yeah, we'll leave about that much. And you know, after making it, if you got 3/4, that's plenty. And a whole can is roughly 1 cup. just in case you're ever curious about what a can of condensed soup actually works out to. It's pretty close to 1 cup. So we mix all this together, and you can see how the soup's not really soupy, it's just holding it together. So we need a pizza tin, something round, because obviously the Wreath's round. I put some parchment paper down, and our last big ingredient is crescent rolls. I've got 2 packages, 8 each, so that's going to make 16 pieces. And now the fun part, opening the can. You know, once in a while I get lucky and it just pops right open with no effort. This one was in the middle somewhere. So we're going to carefully get it out of the can. And then we're going to carefully unroll it. That's what the baking sheet's there for, so I can unroll it on something. And you've got to be careful with it, because if you don't, it'll just rip apart. So now we're going to peel off the triangles. And like I said, there's 8 each. And we're going to start building our wreath. The idea is simple, but maybe knowing how to do it isn't. Of course, I'm just thinking, well, you know, you got to overlap them. And my wreath wasn't looking very round. It wasn't really coming together the way I thought. You can see it almost looks like a horseshoe at this point. So I went and got the other can of dough out, and I'm thinking, you know, these things are lopsided when they come out of the can. There's more of an angle to the one side. So I'm thinking, well, I can overlap it and put the longer side on the right, and I think this will work. And sure enough, once I started putting each one of the crescent rolls the right way, it came together a lot better. You can see it kind of looks more circly now. I had to go back and fix probably about 6 of the pieces I didn't quite have the right way. And with a little bit of effort, look at that. It almost looks round now. So that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to make sure it's all connected. I don't know that you really need to do that. I just wanted to make sure, you know, holes in that are okay. But I just want to make sure that there was room to put our mixture in. Speaking of which, pull the mixture over, get a spoon, and start spooning it onto this. And there's just enough by the time we're done to go all the way around. Just like that. Look at how festive it looks. I thought it was cool like this, but you want it to look nice and neat. Because theoretically we could have just kind of made it like a open wreath, and that would have worked too. But now the idea is you're going to take each one of the points and put it over the wreath. And it's okay that there's openings. It's all going to bake in. It's not really going anywhere when you're done. And of course, there's not 2 the same size. I mean, somehow they're the same size in the can. They never work out that way. But we're done that, and the last part is we've got to tuck the point under the filling. So we carefully tuck each one. I don't know, my hand's kind of in the way, but hopefully you can see me getting all that tucked in, and it looks even neater now. There. Look at that. How cool is that? Last thing, into the oven it goes. 375, 20 to 25 minutes. And check this out when it's done. Now it's time to cut it open, get it on a plate. You could probably try pulling it, but I just figured it was easier doing that way. So I cut it like a pie. There you go. Isn't that cool? A chicken crescent wreath? Yummy. A great holiday dish. Oh, and Merry Christmas. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this and any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.